What a wonderful job you did in this movie, and I have to tell you, I've been telling this to Baz. I mean, when I saw the original Gatsby, you know, I fell in love with Robert Redford. That was it for me. This is going to be it for you, Leo. I mean, seriously, is it pressure to take on such a role like this? You did a magnificent job.
It absolutely is. You know, this is one of the most celebrated novels in the entire world. It is the great American novel of the last century, and it's intrinsically woven into the fabric of what America is. It's all the ideals and dreams of becoming a great American, and here is this central figure, this mysterious man that is Jay Gatsby, that came from nothing but creates his own destiny according to his own dreams and imagination. So, you know, Fitzgerald wrote this at a very pivotal time in our country when we were becoming a great superpower, and he predicted in a lot of ways the stock market crash or the crash of the early '30s, and that's why it's incredibly written, and it's one of the most interesting, complex novels I've ever read. But it was very timely, and it's timeless, and it's something that it's a cycle that keeps repeating itself in our country and around the world. You know, we keep growing and growing with great excess and with complete disregard for the rest of the world around us.
Very sad. We could talk about that forever, for sure. But having the opportunity to reunite with somebody like Baz Luhrmann, okay, you were a kid, as far as I'm concerned, when you did Romeo and Juliet. Now look at you. You're a man, and my God, to be able to go back into that guy's head and show his visions, what a treat. What an amazing, amazing opportunity.
Well, Baz is a bit of a Gatsby himself in a lot of ways. You know, I keep saying that, but as a very young man, he envisioned his life a certain way, and he wanted to create great art in his unique style, and he's done that. And I remember him bringing this novel to me, and he had such a great enthusiasm and passion for putting this up on screen that it's infectious. You sit in a room with the man, and it's almost impossible to say no. But the mere fact that I've known him for almost 20 years, I've known Tobey for 25 years, I thought it would be a great partnership to take on this challenge, and it was a really rewarding one. I think we had not only a terrific time making the movie, but it was great detective work for all of us, to really try to get as close to what Fitzgerald intended as we possibly could.
Yeah, looked mighty dapper in some of those clothes, I have to tell you. I mean, what was it like just living that era, wearing those clothes, driving that car?
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, the decadence and the wealth that existed during that time period was just enormous. And to see Baz with CM recreate this world in only a way that they could, and to walk into some of these party sequences was just completely immersive. It's one of those situations where you wish you get nostalgic, you feel like you want to be back in that time period. But of course, you can't, and these parties don't exist. and so therefore, making a movie about it and being immersed in that world was a pretty terrific experience.
Yeah. Your career choices over the years, fantastic, everything you do. And I have to ask you, you've grown up before our eyes. How do you make things look so effortless?
Do I? Really? I don't know. I really work my off when I do these movies. That's all I know. I mean, you never can really control the outcome of any of these films. And, when you make a movie, it's really like giving a baby off to the world, and people will either tear the film apart or embrace it. But all you can really do is really commit to doing the best job you possibly can while you're there. And if it does look effortless at times, that's because there's a tremendous amount of work put into making these movies.
Oh, you do.
People don't realize sometimes that, you go off and sometimes make a film for 9, 10 months, and it's released in a month.
And then there you go, it's out there, you're right.
Woe is me, woe is me.
Woe is me, oh yeah, ooh, let's all cry for Leo. You cannot repeat the past. What an amazing line that people, it's so iconic, but how does that apply to you and what you do in life?
Well, I think we all have a little bit of Gatsby in us. We all, get nostalgic for a certain time period in our life. I can't connect to Gatsby in the way that I feel like he is this eternal, hopeful dreamer, but he's also delusional in a lot of ways. Daisy represents this time period in his life. She is this green light. She's this mirage. She doesn't really exist in reality. And Nick is the only one in this in this movie that really sees Gatsby and reality for what it is, but Gatsby's completely out of touch. He's a shell of a human being. So, you know, my job as an individual is to try to get to as close to reality as I possibly can and not be a Gatsby, you know. He's a very tragic figure, a very sad one. But that's what was exciting about picking up this novel as an adult, is seeing all those little different layers and looking at Gatsby in a completely different context than I did as a youth.
Yeah. How awesome is it for you to be able to go back and work with these directors, as we're going to see this fall in The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
Of course, Scorsese, what is it? It's the 5th film together. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
Really? What is it about the two of you? Why does it work so well?
You know, it's been really a situation where I've been lucky to be able to work with him, and by chance we've gravitated towards the same material. I suppose we have the same taste and the type of movies that we want to do. But for me, he's been an incredible mentor and somebody that has taught me more about respecting the art of cinema than anyone else in my life. The man lives and breathes movies and movie making. He's a great historian of film. And every time I step on set with him, I learn something new, and he brings me, you know, closer to becoming the actor that I want to become. You know, he's a you know, one of the great Americans. Truly, he's a national treasure in a lot of ways, and I am simply honored to be able to work alongside him.
Well, we're simply honored to see you in every film you do. You're so wonderful, and really you've outdone yourself in this. Congratulations.
Thank you.